then it's very hard for me to say, but I can put that aside and let you do what you want, because that's like me saying, well, despite my beliefs, I'm going to let you commit what to me is murder.
Well, I think you absolutely can separate your moral opinion and what you think the law should be. For example, I think abortion is unequivocally morally wrong, but I do not believe that illegalizing abortion takes it away. Illegalizing abortion stops it, and therefore I am pro-choice, and I do believe the woman should have the choice, as it gives them more safety, just as maybe morally I don't want to get married to a man, but I'm not going to try to impede someone else's freedom to do what they wish to do in terms of the law.
Andrea?
Whether the law makes something legal or illegal, it's implicitly approving or disapproving something. So if you say, like, by making abortion legal, we're saying it's okay. As a society, collectively, we're saying it's okay with us in our society to abort a fetus. If we make it legal, if we make it illegal, then we're saying collectively as a society, it's not okay. And that's why societies have different beliefs.
Tell us your name before
My name is Daniel.
Daniel, what do you say?
Are we saying collectively that it's okay? Or are we saying that collectively we don't want women who are going to have an abortion anyway to go to clinics in the side alleys and have it, unsafe conditions?
All right, bring it to the same-sex marriage case. Why don't you have to decide which position you're in favor of same-sex marriage, Daniel, being legally permitted?
I think it absolutely should be legally permitted, because it's not something telling me that I need to marry a man. I absolutely don't see, if two men are consenting adults and want to get married, I don't see how I could even object to that.
All right, there's no harm.
There's no harm done either way, even if it is morally wrong according to me.
All right, let me turn to the way the Massachusetts Superior Court, who made this landmark ruling in the same-sex marriage case, grappled with the very issue that Andrea and Dan have been discussing here. Thanks to both of you very much.
Sandel, gives students the confidence to, stand up and engage with the philosophers and debate them and recognize that these works, whether they were written, 5 years ago or 1,000 years ago, are really living pieces of scholarship, and that, a 20-year-old Harvard student can stand up and, take his or her position and really engage with those works.
And you wonder why, at first, if we're going to go through these questions again and again and again, is there really need to if we cannot all agree on one definitive answer? And one of the things Professor Sandel said at the beginning of the course, and he said at the end of the course, is that even if these questions are unanswerable in one sense, they're inescapable in another sense. And that's why we have to engage in that debate. That's why we have to wrestle with these questions. And that's really what justice is about. Looking at the arguments, studying the objections, addressing them, which we did in our papers, and ultimately trying to form some sort of coherent philosophy out of the many different political philosophies that we've been exposed to, each of which have developed in their own political tradition over thousands of years.
Why, we asked at the outset, why do these arguments keep going, even if they raise questions that are impossible ever finally to resolve? The reason is that we live some answer to these questions all the time. In our public life and in our personal lives, philosophy is inescapable, even if it sometimes seems impossible. Its dogmatic wanderings, but it is no dwelling place for permanent settlement. To allow ourselves simply to acquiesce in skepticism or in complacence, Kant wrote, can never suffice to overcome the restlessness of reason. The aim of this course has been to awaken the restlessness of reason and to see where it might lead. And if we have done at least that, and if the restlessness continues to afflict you in ways